Hey, Chandler Bolt here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to get more done every single week by using buffer and focus days. So this concept of buffer and focus days, I've originally heard about it from Dan Sullivan. And basically what this means is that you have certain days where you do meetings, where you do calls, where you do podcast interviews, where you do all those certain types of things. And you have focus days where you have hours and hours of uninterrupted work. Now this is super important. So I'll just kind of walk you through the concept and then walk you through how I structure it at self-publishing school. So for me personally, my buffer days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and my focus days are Tuesday and Thursday. Now what this means, and as a team, we have our meetings all on one day. So this is always on Mondays. Now I've got a different video on how to run meetings, and meetings are one of the best things that I think we do at self-publishing school. We run really effective meetings. So check that out if you want to learn how to run better meetings. But we batch those, and almost all of those are on Monday. So we've got a few hours of meetings. That's a buffer day, right? Then Wednesdays, I have Wednesdays afternoons, I have my one-on-ones. So with all of my direct reports, the people who report up to me, I have my one-on-ones with them bi-weekly for 45 minutes. And then lastly, on Friday, it's another buffer day. Very, very light on meetings, still a little bit of a buffer day. I have my finance meeting and my talent development meeting, which talent development is what we call HR, right? So those are kind of the meetings. Now there's a couple things that are really important here. Number one, on none of those days, except for Monday, do I have a meeting that's before 1 p.m. I'm a firm believer in prime time and bunker time. And just for me personally, I do not do meetings in the morning. That is my prime time. That is the time where, I need to get stuff done. So that's just sacred time. People can't get on my calendar. There's only a couple meetings that are there, and that's quite frankly because I run a remote company and I'm on the West Coast and everyone else is on the East Coast. So for me, it's like my 9 a.m. is their noon, right? So that can be a little bit tough sometimes. But in my ideal world, there's no meeting before 1 p.m. Okay, so now all of a sudden, I've always got prime time. Every single day I have at least 2-3 hours, preferably 4 hours of uninterrupted time to do work first thing in the morning. So that's when I'm tackling my biggest rocks, my biggest priorities, all those things. So I've got time for that. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays especially, preferably there's no meetings, or maybe sometimes there will be, kind of one-off project meetings or my number one priority. So say my number one priority is to hire someone in a particular month. Then now all of a sudden I'm gonna spend all day on that Tuesday potentially doing interviews. So those will be meetings, but it's gonna be towards my number one priority. So kind of what I would encourage you to take a look at for yourself is, when do I wanna do my buffer days? When do I wanna do my focus days? And how can I block off sacred time in the morning no matter what? I think you'll find this extremely useful. I've found that, now all of a sudden I'm able to get huge amounts of work done and really move things properly all the way forward on those focus days. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on the other days, sure, there's gonna be more meetings, I'm gonna be checking emails, stuff like that, but it's allowed me to kind of get more done throughout the rest of the week. So I encourage you to try this out, buffer and focus days. Use it in your week. Let me know how it goes. Comment below, let me know your biggest takeaway and whether or not this works for you. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.